It feels when it's just the two of you. This is a trigger warning video. So if you feel triggered at any time of this video, butterflies, please, pause it, switch off, and come back at another time or watch another of my videos. But it's just a heads up because I don't know what's going to come out. But this is how it feels when it's just the two of you. So in your situation, you may feel like there is a lot of reciprocity. Like you do feel like there is an equal balance of give and take, whereby, to me personally, your love languages with this individual could be acts of service. So you may feel as if you speak each other's love language. You may both like to spoil each other, which is so cute. And it makes your soul sing to see your person happy. Like you genuinely enjoy giving to each other. And I feel like it's balanced. It's not like one-sided where someone, and this doesn't just mean like in regards to presents, right? And I feel like you both could be so cute as well, the way you behave when you're with each other, just like so engaged, so in love. But there's an energy of friendship, there's an energy of trying to, you know, one up the other person, like someone buying someone a perfume and the other person thinking, okay, how can I top this? All right, I'm going to buy them a perfume and an outfit, or I'm going to buy them, some shoes and give them some spending money. It's something like this, but it could also be with your time, like you both give each other the same amount of time and you both genuinely, put in the same amount of time into the connection as the other person. So no one gives too much, no one gives too little. It's like, maybe you discussed this, I'm not sure, but some of you may have this silent knowing of when to see each other, when to not see each other. You've created some type of routine here, or you have the same type of way of looking at things. Like, I will give as much attention and time to you as I do in other areas of my life, and it works. So you've both found your rhythm with each other. It works. You both mirror each other is what I'm picking up. There is a lot of passion that you feel for each other. There is a spark, and you inspire one another. Like for some of you, you may work out at the gym with each other. I feel like this is leaning on 18 plus. You arouse each other and it's felt by the other. You can both equally get very upset with each other. Like when you both have a disagreement, because sometimes you may have fiery arguments and disagreements, it leaves both of you feeling the effect. It leaves both of you feeling defeated. And the connection does have a strong friendship base, but sometimes you or the other person may feel as if something is taken light-hearted. Like for instance, if you are going through something, you may feel like the other person may not understand, or they may be too detached in your time of suffering, and that could lead yourself or the other person feeling like, oh, so they don't get it then, because you both have a lot of fun with each other, and there is a lot of loyalty here, there's a lot of friendship, and there is a lot of banter, but you or the other person may not want the fun aspect of the connection to take away from the more serious aspect of the connection. You both do take each other seriously, and you both like to work on the connection. You both like to collaborate with each other. So this indicates that you both enjoy each other's company, and there is a lot of depth. And this connection does bring on transformation. This is a type of connection. This is a Pluto, for some of you, Pluto moon connection. Now, if you've got a Pluto moon connection with someone, you're able to see, if you're the Pluto person, you have the power in that connection. You're able to, and it depends, you know, someone could have a square aspect is harsh, and they could use their Pluto energy for the bad to try and control and dictate and destroy the other person, right? Their obsession could, you know, really be detrimental. But if it's a highly evolved Pluto individual, then that Pluto energy could help the moon person to, you know, strip away from their old identity and help them to get closer to their more heart center, especially if they're a detached individual who is relies on surface based interactions. When you come in contact with someone that has an aspect to your moon, you are forced, in a sense, not in a forceful way, but you are forced to be authentic. You're forced to be vulnerable and show sides to yourself that you may not have even accepted, you know. And it allows for the Pluto person to acknowledge their power in that dynamic and to have a mirror held against them to say, look, are you going to, you know, manipulate the fact that you've got power and control over this person? What are you going to do with this power? Are you going to use this power to help heal and transform the both of you, or are you going to use it for the bad? Because the moon can absorb the Pluto's intensity, and they are forced to reveal parts of themselves and showcase a more real aspect of themselves. The Pluto person, I believe, is there to guide the moon individual into, you know, the depths of maybe their own psychology, even their own psychology, making them look at themselves and making them, you know, depending on how highly evolved the Pluto person is, making them, I'm hearing, appreciate and nurture and take care of, and not project that, you know, need for control and obsession. It's very complex, but it does lead to change and transformation, and it does have a binding effect whereby the moon can become very attached to the Pluto person's strength, mental strength, and the psychological aspect of the Pluto person will be highly admired by the moon person. They'll see the Pluto person as an anchor and someone that is not out to destroy them, someone that is walking beside them to help them to change. There is a depth of smexual compatibility whereby if you do merge in these dynamics, it's very transformative. Once you engage in these types of interactions, it's very hard to ever forget. Even if you were to break up, it's very hard to ever forget. There's like a soul yearning for the other. You know, you can get these dynamics in like friendships, etc. But in those cases, one person may be obsessed with the other and the other person's not. But if it's like mutual, from what we're seeing here, then the obsession is on both parts. But the Pluto does hold more power, and the moon person becomes vulnerable. And, you know, I feel like the physical aspect of this is very dynamic. It can lead to maybe a pregnancy, I believe, in some cases, with the moon ruling the fourth house, ruling Cancer, ruling the mother. And it can become, yeah, this can lead to a pregnancy, and the physical aspect of this connection can also lead to always wanting to engage with each other, you know, physically, but not always. But more so, I feel the emotional aspect will have more play, like being deeply engaged by the other person. So this is a very deep connection that you both share, is what I'm picking up. We need to move on because I've spent 9 minutes. I can go on. If you guys want to know more about those types of aspects, I'm going to do more videos on my membership chart, or when I release my book, I will delve more deeper into that. But anyway, how your connection is. So I done it in 3 groups, right? I feel like you may feel that the love in this connection is blocked, or you may feel like you are unable to express your love to your person, or your person may feel that way towards you. There is a need for healing in this actual situation, and you may feel as though your person doesn't want to commit, or they're not taking the relationship seriously. You may not understand your person's way of expressing love. You may feel that your person is quite selfish in regards to gift giving, showing affection, and you may feel, or your person may feel, please say what resonates, that there is an energy of having to wait. You know, it's going to change today. He's going to change. She's going to change, but it doesn't. And you may feel, or your partner may feel, someone feels here that they have to give more. If I keep giving, then they're going to see my value. They're going to see, so there's an imbalance here, because I feel in this connection, both parties are not happy. Someone in this connection could be depressed, or both parties could be depressed, because the love languages, and we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles, so you would think, the love languages will be the same, but one person may love someone in a way whereby it's not, really up the other person's street. So there's an energy of one person's depression spilling over onto the other person and making the other person feel not worthy, not deserving, and that's not true. But someone could be suffering from depression, because we've got the the Eight of Swords, which indicates that someone is going through some type of mental prison, and it has impacted the coupling. Maybe that person is refusing to heal, is refusing to get therapy or something of that sort, and their actions projects outwardly onto their partner, which makes their partner feel like they need to overgive in order to gain the love, and it's having an impact on the other person's value, because Taurus rules the second house, and the second house rules your value. And so there's a need for healing in this relationship, because both parties are unhappy for different reasons, and it causes like a strain in the actual connection, where you may feel as if you're alone in this connection, and you're fighting a losing battle, both of you, is what I'm picking up. And it could feel quite bleak. The outlook can feel quite dense, depressing, and blocked as well. So for my third group, I feel as if this connection is one whereby, the person or yourself doesn't see you as a family member. They have secret emotions for you, which they're trying to hide. They may feel like they enjoy conversing with you, or they may feel like, don't you see? It's like someone wants someone to see them in a high light. There's something about being of different cultural backgrounds as well here. And I feel as if there's an energy of, some of you may work with this individual, and this person would like something more stable with you. You both get on mentally. There's a lot of mental compatibility here. And with the Five of Swords Five of Wands in the reverse, they don't feel like it's stern to get your attention. They feel like they don't need to compete, or there's no competition around getting the attention. There's strong mental compatibility here, but at the same time is an energy of secrecy. Maybe someone's being secret about how they feel for the other. Maybe this individual does not see you as a family member, and maybe you may see this person as a family member, but they don't